Hello, everyone. My name is Keiko Beatie, and welcome to Season Perspective with Wrazel Cannabis Broadcasting Network. We welcome having you today, and we want to say thank you so much for being here so we can share with you about the cannabis culture, industry, community, all about a simple plant that helps people lead a healthier life. And now a word from our sponsor.
Apricot Analytics is a full-service product quality lab for cannabis testing and CBD and hemp testing. They have over a decade of analytical lab experience and have been working with cannabis products since 2005. Apricot Analytics understands the needs of cannabis and hemp producers because they were producers themselves. They know the challenges, the frustrations, and the dreams of cultivators and manufacturers. They get it because they've been there, and they're here to help. Apricot Analytics tests your products for the good stuff, like THC and CBD concentrations, and helps you identify any of the bad stuff, like pesticides, mold, bacteria, and heavy metals. For more information, go to apricotanalytics.com, or to learn more about their current investment opportunity, go to the Wrazel investment marketplace at wrazel.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Here we are at Wrazel Cannabis Broadcasting Network, and we're here to share with you all about the show Season Perspectives. My name is Keiko Beatie, and I'd like to share with you about Season Perspectives and how we focus on the culture, the community, the industry, all about a simple plant that helps people with their health and wellness. Today we have a wonderful guest for us, and she is a friend of mine, and we've known each other for a few years now as we've been in the industry. And she is here because I feel that her message about her health, her wellness, and what she's doing in the industry is something important. I'd like to introduce to you Jessie Kempf. Hi, Jessie. How are you today?
I'm great. Hi, Keiko. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. I see you're in your lovely home there in Laguna Beach. How's the weather?
It's perfect. We've been having June gloom in the morning, and then it gets really blue and beautiful, and then we fog up again in the evening, and it's perfect.
That's great to hear. Well, I wanted to be able to share with all our guests here with Wrazel about you and your path in the cannabis community. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You're originally from back east, correct?
Actually from St. Louis, Missouri, but I ended up moving to Austin my last year of high school. I did undergrad in law school there, and then I went to New York City where I practiced law for several years. Back to Texas, and now in Orange County, all over.
And definitely why you've been a part of the cannabis industry is because of your own personal health, correct?
Correct.
And what happened with your health? I mean, you seem very young and vibrant right now, but what has happened with your health through the years?
Sure. So when I was 6 or 7, I started having major tendinitis and problems with my wrists. And it was funny, I was just looking through some childhood photos recently, and most of them I have an ace bandage or some kind of a wrist brace on. So I decided it would be a great idea to fall in love with playing the piano. So the doctors thought I had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. We weren't really sure what was going on. I got to college and I majored in music, and then the real problems started happening with arthritis and tendinitis, and I started blacking out all the time, and they couldn't quite figure out what was going on. Fast forward several years, actually just after I got to California, I was diagnosed with lupus. And now I keep acquiring sidecar diseases. And I also separately have had a lot of back issues. And almost a year ago now, I got the full Tiger Woods spinal fusion through the front, through the back. So it's been a journey. And CBD and cannabis have definitely helped me out quite a lot.
And when did you first try CBD and cannabis for your health?
Funnily enough, I was taking the California bar exam right after I moved here. My rheumatologist had me on chemo, on a cytotoxic medication that was making me super sick.
That's a pretty serious measure for yourself. I mean, I had never really heard of chemo so much for lupus in that type of practice.
Yes, to suppress your immune system and stop your body from attacking itself. For more severe patients, they do prescribe cytotoxic medications like Cellcept, Imurin, methotrexate. So at that time, I was on Cellcept and studying for the bar. I had blown up my back moving here. And I had I think a 12 millimeter herniated disc. I didn't know anyone here. It was a pretty dark time. I was starting a new job, studying for the bar, and having a lot of nausea, which we didn't know the root of at the time. More on that in a minute. But I was taking the bar exam, and the guy next to me and I started talking, and I said, well, what do you want to do? And he said, I'm going to be a cannabis lawyer. Wow, that sounds really rad.
He sounded quite happy about that, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he was super excited. And I thought, gosh, that's really interesting. So then we started talking, and I believe I had a syringe in my little clear plastic baggie. I actually had a really bad migraine, and I had to go shoot myself up with a medication in my stomach to stop the migraine, to stop from puking in the middle of the test. So I got into a conversation with him about my health stuff, and he said, you really ought to get a card, a marijuana ID card.
And what year was that, out of curiosity?
It was about 4.5 years ago.
And you had never utilized or tried cannabis at all before then?
I had tried it for fun a little bit here and there in law school and when I lived in New York, but I had not tried it medically. I did not know the difference between, indica and sativa, CBD, cannabis. I was a complete newbie.
So then you tried it after his urging. You got a medical card, I guess, and then, and what happened? I mean, did it do you any good?
It really did. I'm super sensitive to THC. I could only have small amounts, but it did help my nausea issues.
And were you doing inhalation? What was your form of consumption?
Sure. I was experimenting with smoking flower, with vaping, and with tinctures. And then I kind of hit my stride once I also introduced CBD. So I started kind of doing all this research on different, cannabis products, and then hearing more and more about CBD. I joined Women Grow, which is how I met you. I found that was a very supportive community.
And what, for those of you who've never heard of Women Grow was a networking group for, it started out with women, but we definitely welcomed men. And we were just very fortunate. We had a very robust chapter here, and we really brought forth education and that connecting. And I think what people really enjoyed about Women Grow is that at the end, everyone would get to stand up and say who they were and what they were looking for. And it's amazing, because of that Women Grow meeting, you've started a company with somebody who you met there, correct?
Correct.
That's why I did that. That's why we did Women Grow. So tell us about what you developed now through your years as a longtime health advocate patient now for 4 years and utilizing the medicine. What came to fruition from that then? I mean, that's exciting to me.
Yeah. So I was using CBD, and it was definitely helping, but not as much as I wanted. So I talked to my friend Dina Putnam, who was just founding Leafwise at the time, a hemp CBD company. And she recommended I might want to start to slowly escalate my dose, which I did. I found that I was having a much better effect after I got to about 100 milligrams a day, and that even up from that, my body is kind of unique and it needs to need a lot.
Right. So you were going towards megadosing, because most people, when they're doing CBDs nowadays, they're doing maybe 10 to maybe 20 milligrams a day. So 100 milligrams, that's quite a bit. Go on.
but it really helped me. But the problem with that was that it was very expensive, especially at the time. Prices are starting to fall a bit, but it was prohibitively expensive to be on that high of a dose.
How much? How much were we talking about then? $30 a day?
Ooh, I think it was about $1,000 a month to be on all of the CBD. The kind of my optimal dose was about $1,000 a month. And then you add in all of my, traditional copays and all the other supplements I was on, and just more and more money was going into my healthcare and my wellness.
And of course, at this time, there's no insurance company that takes any CBD copay transactions, is there? Or even cannabis.
Correct. Yeah, unless you want to go with the synthetic medications.
Marinol.
Yeah, exactly. So Dina and I had the idea that it would be great to maybe start a new CBD company that was a little bit more geared toward people who are really committed to using CBD for certain ailments or for their health and wellness. Our goal was to get more extra strength, higher dose products into people's hands so that they weren't constantly running out. We were trying to make it a more affordable per milligram price point so that it's more doable for people to really commit to getting on a longer term consistent CBD program. And then we also decided we were really focused on maximizing the power of every milligram that we were going to give people. And so we started developing some kind of innovative CBD products, and we came up with the name Mend. So this is our first product.
Congratulations. Beautiful bottle. I like the wood top to it.
Yeah, and it's bigger than a normal.
It is. And so how many milligrams are in that bottle then?
10,000 actually, which is a pretty large amount.
That's a megadose, right? So for yourself right now, how many milligrams are you having a month then?
That's a great question. Probably about a bottle a month actually, because I found personally my sweet spot is about 300 milligrams a day, split up over about 6 doses. One thing that I really like about the size of bottle and the concentration we've come up with is that 1 milliliter equals 100 milligrams.
Okay. So the dosing is simple. And that's what I find with a lot of seniors, the tinctures we know is easy for them to take, but it's such a mystery to them about the dropper bottles. And that's why I find a lot of seniors like capsules. They're very easy to, take, and they understand 1 or 2 capsules. But with tinctures, 1 drop, a whole drop, or half. Yeah, it's confusing. So what other ailments are you finding a good relief with Mend? I mean, what other illnesses do people have?
From my own personal experience, the higher dose of CBD, the Mend product has really helped, my arthritis, my tendonitis, my lupus. I literally watched my joints go from like gigantic to a more normal size. And I was able to get from 10 milligrams, a day of prednisone down to 5. So it's helped me with my autoimmune issues. It's also helped me with some of the neurological complications. I was diagnosed with gastroparesis, which basically means the nerves that kind of control my digestive system have been damaged. And I was actually pretty grossly underweight for a couple of years there and super nauseous. And it's really helped my appetite, my digestion, my nausea. I've been able to get totally cut out a couple of my anti-nauseas and cut back on a couple of others. So
sounds like you've really decreased the amount of pharmaceuticals that you've had to been taking over the years with this high megadose of CBD then.
Correct.
And then, so your CBD, you're deriving this from hemp plants?
We are. At this time we are. So we use CBD, and actually our kind of flagship tincture here has 10% CBG. And we've also added a bunch of terpenes and essential oils to sort of make it a more well-rounded product.
And out of curiosity, where is your hemp grown at?
We have a partner in the Colorado. So everything is sourced from, it's like a USDA certified organic hemp farm. So we're sourcing our tinctures there at this time.
Did you ever think 10 years ago you would be in this space?
No. No, didn't see this one coming. No.
Because you've led a very traditional path with Western medicine.
Right.
And now you're looking at really, you've integrated completely a natural plant-based medicine in your life and something that we're not familiar with. I mean, what does it look like for you and your health in the future on this path?
Right. One of the best things about this journey into plant-based medicine is that it's really given me a sense of curiosity and a sense of control and power and responsibility for my own health. I think that, prior to this, I was a person who went to the doctor and I just, would listen to them and maybe not do as much research or ask as many questions as I should have. And so I think that the more I get pulled into this community and the more I learn about cannabis, CBD, hemp, plant-based medicine, the more I want to take charge of my health. And the more I want to keep experimenting and finding, a better diet, better natural, healing methods. So it's been really empowering. And I would like to continue that momentum going forward.
Since 2008, California Lightworks has been guided by a vision focused on the research, design, development, and manufacturing of state-of-the-art commercial LED grow lights and automation equipment for greenhouse and indoor horticulture. By applying the latest advances in high-efficiency, solid-state lighting and controls technology, their team provides worldwide growers new grow lights that deliver clear benefits at a competitive price. Backed by their solid reputation for standing behind their products, California Lightworks also offers industry-leading warranties on all their commercial grow lights. To learn more about California Lightworks, go to californialightworks.com, and to view their current investment opportunity, please go to the investment marketplace at Wrazel.com.
And see, with natural plant-based medicine, you are your own guinea pig. You're your own advocate. And it's true. I can see, Western medicine, you go to the doctor, they tell you what's wrong with you, and they tell you to take these pharmaceuticals, 1, 2, 3. But you have been your own seeker. And I think that's the thing about natural plant-based medicine. It's giving people opportunity to take charge of themselves and what they put into their body, and being that this natural plant has the same endocannabinoid system in it that matches with the human body. This is why this is working for you and improving your health. And I'm very excited because you've actually had other people that you've doing a little, I want to say, your own personal MEND clinical trial. I mean, what other ailments have you had some patients that you've met who've wanted to take that responsibility and try it for themselves? Can you tell me about any of those people?
Sure. We have a number of friends and family members who have different autoimmune conditions like MS. We have some friends who are cancer survivors. There's, a couple people who have been through just some major surgeries and different health issues. And so we've, given them MEND to try, and we've asked them to keep track of their symptoms and give us feedback. And so far, all of the feedback has been great.
And they're taking about, on average, they're taking about how much per day?
That really varies. Some people take a smaller amount, some people take a larger amount. The beauty of the larger amount of milligrams in the bottle is that you can spread it out as long as you want. One person might take them, 3 months to get through this bottle. Another, it might take them 6. For me, it's 1. But yeah, I think everybody wants to see more studies come out, like more actual scientific studies. And I think that is happening. And all of the data coming out is really pretty promising at this point.
So it looks like you're already building, patient and client reviews. Is it out on the market?
I believe so. We are just getting our website up, and I believe it is operational as of a couple of days ago.
So is your website mend.com or?
It's mendcbd.com.
And, I very, 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 I like that. Very simple, straight to the point. And, futuristically then, are you looking at other products that you feel will be able to help patients? What are those?
Yeah. So we are going to offer a capsule product because some people really like the convenience of that and the ability to take medicine on the go and kind of a sly way. We're also bringing out basically a raw hemp powder that is full of CBDA, minimally processed. I usually have a couple of hemp plants or cannabis plants growing, and I actually juice with the leaves a lot. And so this is probably the next best thing to that.
I love juicing. So, for you, here you were a pianist, an attorney, never really was into the cannabis scene, and now look, you've really come a full circle with embracing the natural plant. You were much more that mainstream tone to now this. And when I asked you before, did you ever dream that you would be in this space? And I think that the patient's journey is a lot more understandable, I think, for people to realize that this natural plant really is a wonderful medicine. And it's, that you are here with us today with a smile on your face, and a promise that you have the capability to really work and heal yourself. And I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. I think that, when you have chronic pain and a lot of chronic medical conditions, it takes a lot away from you, right? It's taken away a lot of dreams of mine, in terms of the piano, in terms of working on film sets, in terms of having children. But what's been so beautiful about this journey with the plant is that I feel my illnesses have actually given me something. I feel that the plant has helped me connect to the earth, the planet, and to meet really wonderful people, a lot of whom also have health issues, and to really appreciate nature and kind of my place in the world.
I think that's beautiful. Those are wonderful words to hear, because I know we're all in this together, and that, we have so much to be thankful for and grateful for in this space. And, you're definitely part of my community of friends who utilize the plant for their health and wellness. And I just really thank you so much for being here with us today and sharing your journey, as well as sharing about Mend. And I want to see you continue to find your health and wellness. And I hope all the other people that are trying Mend right now find that as well. And anyone else who wants to try it. So I want to thank you so much, and I want to make sure that all of our viewers here know that this plant is a simple plant, and it works with healing your body, as we also continue to have the desire to heal our mind and spirit as well. And Seasoned Perspectives shares that with you from our heart to yours. So thank you so much for being here with us today on Wrazel Cannabis Broadcasting Network and our show, Seasoned Perspectives. Thank you so much, Jessie. And I'm Keiko Beatie, and I want to say to you, continue your path to health and wellness and always seek your peace within. Thank you.